kind of make it into the gravy. Did you see that? I just made my spoon dance. 3, 2, 1, action! Hey guys! I am making biscuits and gravy, one of my absolute favorite things to make. And I just want you guys here with my journey. I'll kind of talk through how I make it. It's pretty simple. I think anybody could make gravy. And I'm hungry, so let's get going. I'm gonna be using the cast iron skillet today for the gravy portion. I just have a regular, like, I don't know, Teflon pan for the other half of the sausage that I used. I have my cast iron skillet heating up, because cast iron takes a really long time to heat. But first things first, you need some sausage when making some sausage gravy. This is kind of our Sunday norm. I usually make biscuits and gravy often. It's just one of our favorites to make. The kids love it. I love it. It's just really good, hearty breakfast. We have a very small kitchen, as you probably heard us say in lots of other videos. So it's going to be a little crazy. Our house is small. Our kids are crazy as well. This is just a crazy day. But I just have some sausage browning. I'm going to use a wood spoon. Just a regular wood spoon. I like using either metal or, I don't know all the ins and outs of cast iron. I'm still learning. But I do know that cast iron gets hot. It stays really hot. So I don't like using plastic because it can melt. And then if you haven't used cast iron before, just watch your handle. It can get really hot. We do have a little rubber cover. If I don't have it, which I don't have one on it now, I just grab a pot holder and I hold on to that because this will get really, really hot. Cast iron skillets are really good for distributing heat and just kind of keeping everything hot. Really good for searing. I know a lot of people like making like steaks on cast iron. Something that I would like to get is like a cast iron griddle, and it would like sit over both of the burners. But that's like kitchen gold. I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit. But I'm just going to brown it up. This is a pan that was given to us, I believe, by Tony's grandma. And either that or we've gotten a couple different cast iron pans. This is a different one. This is a smaller one. I don't know if that's in the shot or not, but it's a smaller one. Tony had tried cleaning it up, but it's where I have it set out and I don't use it that much, so it just kind of gets dusty. I use this one the most, and to be honest, I don't use cast irons all the time. I'm trying to use them more just because they are so versatile, and I mean they're honestly they're just timeless cookware. This one Teflon pan that I have over here, I got years ago at Christmas time. I love it. It's one of my favorite pans just because it's just got a nice really heavy bottom on the base, so it just distributes heat. It's great for making pancakes. Again, I just have some sausage over on this one. So I'm just going to brown this up. I like to make my sausage crumbles pretty tiny just to kind of make it into the gravy. Did you see that? I just made my spoon dance. Because sometimes, like, I don't know, I like it to distribute through the gravy a little bit better. So I just kind of make it real small. And this is just about half a pound of sausage. Depending on who I'm feeding or if I want a lot of leftovers, I'll use a whole pound of sausage. But today, since I wanted some extra sausage patties, I'm just doing half a pound and the gravy, and then the other half I just made up into like 4 patties. One for each of us, because apparently we just can't get enough ground sausage in this family. I'm also a very messy cook. I get a little crazy. I'm very like hands-on. Like some people are great with just like letting things go like slow and just letting things cook and like melt together. I don't like doing that. I like touching my food. I like stirring, I like looking, I like checking, tasting. I just really like being hands-on with my food. So when they're like, just set it and forget it and don't do anything, I'm like, but I want to. So I'm just very impatient when it comes to cooking. I like to be hands-on. My sausage is almost all ground up and it's looking good. I'm not gonna drain anything because that's honestly what gives it a lot of flavor. I am gonna flip my sausage patties over here. Kind of keep these going throughout the time that I'm cooking my gravy. Hopefully this isn't too loud. I know like this is sizzling and I love listening to music when I'm cooking. See, I keep throwing things out of my pan. I love listening to music. I just think that being silly and just, I don't know, happy in the kitchen is like the best place to be. I didn't cook a lot growing up. I usually just watched my mom. She was a very simple cook. Anything that she made was just comforting, and there's a few dishes that I love making because it was just something that she made often, and it just makes me think of her. My mother passed away a couple of years ago, and making those dishes that she made, it just kind of, it makes you connect, you know, with that loved one. And real quick, my sausage is all browned up. It is sticking to the bottom just a little, where my like main heat source is at. So I'm gonna go grab some butter because aside from sausage gravy, next best important thing, butter. Alrighty, so next up, like I said, butter. This is just 4 tablespoons for this batch that I'm making. This will make about, I don't know, 2 to 3 cups, maybe 4 cups if you stretch it out. Just kind of honestly depends on how much flour you add, because flour is going to be our next ingredient. I'm just going to melt this butter down. This is salted. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I usually always cook with salted butter, but I'm just going to melt this down. At this point, I'm going to turn my oven on. I make my gravy from scratch. I don't make my biscuits from scratch yet, just because I don't have some of the tools that I would like to have for making them, like biscuit cutters. Mine usually just kind of turn out really small. So I'm just going to use some canned biscuits. Okay, my butter is all melted. I am going to turn it up just a tad. Not that my pan's not hot enough. I'm just going to turn it up just a little. Tony, can you hand me a 1/4 cup?
Yes, dear, I sure can.
Thanks, dear. Okay, so we have 1/2 pound sausage. I have 1/2 stick of butter, 4 tablespoons. And I'm going to add a non-accurate 1/4 cup of flour. I'm just going to sprinkle it in. This is just some all-purpose flour. I'm sure there are other kinds you can use. I've never tried any other kind of flour. I'm sure people are screaming at me just rolling my flour. So after we add the flour into the butter and sausage, we're just going to stir it around. We're going to let it cook for a minute or 2. It doesn't take long, but it just kind of cooks out the flavor of the flour. But the flour is going to make that gravy nice and thick. On the way, on the way.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, I don't like it when you put that butter there. I just have some 2% milk. That's just what we usually drink. And I'm going to measure out, not accurately, about 2 cups of milk. Yeah. And then I'm going to just slowly start adding it. So again, we're just at the 3 ingredients. We're going to be adding our 4th: sausage, butter, flour, milk. I think this is going to be like on the money. So the 3 slices that I have, I have pepper, salt, and sage. I'm just going to add some salt, and then I just have some ground black pepper in my shaker. And again, he's got the grinders. And I do like using the pink Himalayan salt. It's got really good flavor. I feel like it's a mild salt. But I'm going to add quite a bit of salt, quite a bit of pepper, and some sage. So I got some salt. And again, I don't like picking peppercorns out of my teeth. So I'm just going to add a bunch of pepper. Okay. Stir this up just a little, kind of see where I'm at. Again, this is so easy, guys. Gravy already looks like it's thickening up. And then this is just some ground sage. I don't know if it's just this like kind or if ground sage is like this all the time. It's just a very fine ground. And so sometimes it flies away. I like to at least see what I'm putting in. Again, this is just kind of to a taste. You don't have to add ground sage. I just like I put it in the cap a lot just so I can kind of see what I'm putting in there. Also so I don't overdo it because sage is very strong, well, to me anyway. So I usually just put it in a cap or I put it in my palm just so I can kind of see what I'm putting in there. I'm gonna put just a little bit more. And I think that's gonna be good. I don't add a whole bunch of sage to my gravy, but it's almost like one of those things where when you don't add it, you notice. So I just add a little bit in, and it gives it just the flavor that it needs. My gravy's already thickening up a little bit. Like I said, the longer it cooks, the thicker it'll get. You'll probably see a bunch of like, or I'm sure you've noticed a bunch of like cuts in the video. It's usually just me like stirring when I stop talking. So if it looks choppy, that's the only reason. Just because I kind of stop talking and I just stir. So here's my biscuits. Again, these are just canned biscuits. There's probably methods as far as placement. We like ours to touch when I put them on, like when they're on the pan, just because they get kind of warm and cozy together. When they're separated, I just feel like they just get way too brown, and I don't want that. I want nice soft biscuits. I'm like an expert at cooking like processed food, so biscuits from a can going in my oven. You'll just have to follow the directions on whatever biscuits you have. You don't want it to be like crazy, like bubbling. You don't want it to be boiling because you're just going to burn the bottom. And because this is one of those hot pans and you're stirring constantly, that's another reason I like the wooden spoons.
Yeah, honesty, and then a cut.
Oh, wait. Whoa.
On a cut.
Whoa.
I
I know, you like helping Mommy cook, don't ya?
like cooking a lot.
You like cooking a lot?
On a
You want to stir? Grab the spoon. Just the spoon. Careful, pan is hot. The fact that I just put my biscuits in, didn't set a timer because I'm a risk taker. This has only been cooking for, like, aside from the time it took me to brown the gravy, and then we added our butter, added our flour, only cooked that for a few minutes, and adding in the milk slowly. I mean, this is a 20-minute gravy. Like, you could make it a 20-minute gravy. The only reason this is taking a little bit longer, I'm just kind of taking my time. Again, this is very forgiving. This is a really good gravy right now. Thickness-wise, I'm just going to add a splash of milk just to thin it a little bit because my biscuits aren't done. And I know there's just a little bit longer, so just add a little splash. I'm gonna stir it together. And then at this point, I'm gonna taste it just to see if I need any other spices. I'm gonna have some top quality taste testers.
Wow, that's a big spoon.
Like a big thing that, I don't know. Hang on, watch your head. Just for a second. When you're making gravy and you can see it on a spoon, and you can make like a valley, that's a really good like consistency for gravy.
And why do I add pepper?
I'm gonna have my quality
Mom,
taste
I don't
testers.
like pepper. Mom, I don't like.
I used this pepper. I didn't use the big pepper. I used a little pepper. Who wants to taste it first?
Me.
Checking my biscuits. Almost. Alrighty, so my gravy is looking like perfection. I'm gonna get my biscuits out of the oven.
Sweep the floor today.
We need to sweep the floor today?
Yeah.
Okay, we can sweep the floor today. Look, he's so eager to help. I'm gonna let him because I don't like sweeping the floor. Out your feet.
I have to get warm by the stove.
I'll set that in there. Put this under here. Turn off my oven. Everything's just looking good. Everything's done. I'm gonna turn off my burners. And I'm gonna make a plate for you guys just to make it look pretty.
Put them back.
Put what back?
Those back.
Oh, I need to put them away?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put them away.
And the salt and pepper away.
He's making me work and I just wanna eat.
Mom, I'm gonna put your phone right here.
Thanks, bud. Ooh, do you see that steam?
Now you can sit beside me.
Perfect
Mom,
biscuits.
just kidding.
Alright guys, there you have it. I have my steamy hot fresh biscuits that are from a can. I have my homemade sausage gravy. I hope that this video kind of gives you guys just kind of a opening, you know, attitude, saying if you've been afraid of making gravy because you just thought it was gonna be too hard, it's really not. It's so easy. So worth it. We're gonna set the table up and then we are going to dig in. I'm sitting here today. Is this so crazy? Alright, ready? Are you guys ready to do a closeout? Okay.
No.
Them nicely in your lap.
No.
Let Hunter go. Let Hunter do it, okay?
In your lap.
God is good.
God is good.
God is great.
God is great. I'm singing for you.
Amen.
Amen.
Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you guys like this video. Please, yes, you can eat, Hunter. Comment on any tips that you might have for me. I'm always willing to learn and I'm eager to see how you guys do it differently. If you guys add other spices or if you just have your process different, I would love to hear about it. So like this video, give us a comment. You can give us a notification bell if you would, or like the little bell. Yeah, you know, the bell. The bell.
Ring the bell so you know when she posts videos and rambles on.
Yeah, because I mean that's the best part of my videos. But no, I really hope that you guys have enjoyed watching me cooking for you guys, and let me know if you give it a go, and let me know how it turns out for you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Yeah,
I love you. Bye.
Hunter says he loves you. Bye.
Bye. Don't go give a kiss.